Moms are the embodiment of love, strength, and sacrifice. From the moment of conception through the journey of pregnancy and childbirth and throughout the myriad of challenges and triumphs that follow, mothers serve as the nurturing force that sustains life and shapes our future.
How dare you!
This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth with a bit of a trigger warning for today's video. If you think it's okay to kill babies while they are still in the womb, you're probably going to be offended by some of the facts in this video. This from CTV News, BC MLA under fire for saying motherhood begins at conception. How dare he? BC NDP Parliamentary Secretary for Gender Equity, Kelly Padden, posted a video of the statement to social media, and it was quickly followed up by a news release from the party caucus. So she says here, I was shocked to hear Bruce Banman define motherhood as starting from the moment of conception yesterday. With reproductive rights under attack on the front lawn of the legislature at this moment, people deserve a clear commitment from John Rustad to defend the right to choose. She then retweeted this. The BC NDP say Bruce Banman's statement from the moment of conception, re motherhood, is a dog whistle to anti-abortion groups who say life begins at conception. The BC Greens want the BC Conservatives to state their position on abortion. I've asked John Rustad for comment. John Rustad is the leader of the BC Conservative Party, and he responded by saying this: I will not reopen the abortion debate. This is nonsense from EB's NDP, who are grasping at straws because they've fallen into second place behind the Conservative Party of BC. David Eby is, of course, the unelected Premier of British Columbia, so he responded to that by saying this: it's 2024. Someone who wants to be Premier of BC should be able to say they're pro-choice. So in other words, it's the current year, Grandpa. Why don't you get with the times? Really, David? What about the choice of the innocent life that has its own separate DNA? At what point is it okay to kill? Well, I've got an answer for that. In fact, about 5 years ago in the U.S., the Alabama Human Life Protection Act was signed into law, making abortions illegal in virtually all cases. So here now for you is a flashback to my thoughts on that very important question at the time. Alright, so if you're watching this video right now, you've likely already heard the mantra coming from the pro-choice side, which says, my body, my choice. F Alabama, F Georgia, and F all the other yeehaw states that are stripping women away of their rights. Hashtag my body, my choice. Oh really? Well, first off, I didn't know a woman could have 2 separate DNA profiles, and 2 different blood types, and 2 heartbeats, and a couple of heads and 40 fingers and toes. As I stated in this tweet, your body doesn't have 2 separate DNA profiles. There are 2 heartbeats because there are 2 humans present, and neither one should have a right over the other to kill. Period. This prompted a frothing at the mouth response by those who advocate for murder, who claim that by making that statement, I am no better than the Taliban. In fact, I'm apparently worse than the Taliban. Literally. F you. Get your religion out of my uterus. You are no different than the effing Taliban. Worse, in fact, because they don't force little girls to have their rapists' children. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. I don't want to control a woman's body. I want to protect a separate body from being chopped up into little pieces by an abortion doctor. That's what this is about, guys. It's about protecting life, not infringing on rights. In fact, that's why the true objective of this bill is actually to override Wade versus Roe. According to Zero Hedge, 4 governors have so far signed heartbeat bills that outlaw abortions if a fetal heartbeat can be detected. The Alabama bill goes further by banning almost all abortions at any time. Although a woman who receives an abortion wouldn't be held criminally liable under the bill, those who perform them can face up to 99 years in prison. The state Senate also defeated an amendment that would have allowed legal abortions for women impregnated via rape or incest. Now, it goes on here to say, proponents of the new laws know that they are certain to be challenged in court, and are hoping that the matter will be taken up by the U.S. Supreme Court, which has a majority of conservative justices after President Trump appointed 2. Pro-abortionists have expressed concern that the 1973 landmark Roe v. Wade would be overturned. However, Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh has said that it's settled law when asked by Senator Susan Collins, who asked him this during his August 2018 confirmation process. So this is a highly contentious issue which could possibly override Wade versus Roe, because when it comes to the question of when life begins, you have to draw the line somewhere. So let me ask you this serious question. At what point do you think it's okay to kill a baby? During the 9th month when it's fully developed? Some people like Hillary Clinton are fully okay with that. What do you think? How about during the 8th month while the brain is rapidly developing? How about during the 7th month when their hearing is fully developed and it can respond to stimuli like sound and pain and light? Or maybe the 6th month when their skin is still reddish in color and their veins are visible. Toe prints and fingerprints are all visible and their eyes open. If born prematurely at this stage, they can still survive after 24 weeks. How about in the 5th month, when the baby is moving because it's exercising its muscles, and hair on the body and the head are beginning to grow? Or how about the 4th month, when the fingers and toes are all well formed? The eyelids, eyelashes, and eyebrows, nails, and hair are all formed. The baby can suck their thumb, yawn and stretch and make faces. The nervous system is beginning to function, and the reproductive organs and the genitalia are fully developed. A doctor can even tell at this stage if it's going to be a boy or a girl. Or how about the 3rd month, when it's referred to as a fetus, and its arms, hands, feet, and toes are all well formed? It can open and close its fist and its mouth. Fingernails and toenails are beginning to develop. Teeth are beginning to form. Genitalia is beginning to develop. The circulatory and urinary systems are working, and the liver is producing bile. The baby at this stage is about 1 ounce in weight. How about the 2nd month, or the embryonic stage, when ears are beginning to develop? Arms, hands, toes, and eyes are all developing. The neural tube, brain and spinal cord and other neural tissue of the central nervous system is well formed. Bone is replacing cartilage. The digestive tract and sensory organs are beginning to develop. By 6 weeks, the heartbeat is traceable. Or how about the 1st month, when large dark circles for the eyes, the mouth, and the throat and jaw are all developing? The heart tube beats 65 times a minute with a blood type that may be different from the mother's. So I'll ask again. At what stage do you think it's okay to kill the baby? My friends, life begins at conception, and I would argue that killing a life due to inconvenience is wrong. Period. The American Civil Liberties Union and Planned Parenthood Southeast have already announced their plan to launch a lawsuit against the Alabama bill, saying it's unconstitutional. But where exactly in the Constitution does it advocate for the right for a woman to kill her baby? Newsflash, guys. It doesn't. But Dan, what about in the cases of rape or incest? Surely you support the right for a woman to do what she wants with her body in those circumstances, right? Here's the bottom line, guys. Rape is a terrible injustice, a grave violation of someone's rights. It's evil, it's immoral, and we as a society have to deal with people who do this accordingly by throwing their asses in jail. But if that violation leads to pregnancy, and your choice is to now kill that baby because of the inconvenience of your violation, I would argue that is worse than the rape itself. And so therefore, yes, doctors should also be dealt with accordingly for committing murder by having their asses thrown in jail. Just think about this for a second. If a man shoots and kills his pregnant girlfriend or wife, it's a double homicide. So if he does it, it's a double homicide murder, but if she does it, we're supposed to recognize it as a human right? You can't have it both ways, ladies. It's either a human life or it isn't. But here's the reasons why women have abortions, Dan. Nobody's business, nobody's business, nobody's business, nobody's business, nobody's business. When we're talking about killing the most innocent of all life forms, a child in the womb, well, guess what? It is my business to defend that life because morally, that's the right thing to do.
Fast forward now by
5 years, and this is still very much a moral issue. So to all the my body, my choice people out there, let me ask you this. If you saw your neighbor on his own private property, within the boundaries of his own private backyard, and you, from afar, happened to witness him kicking the crap out of a small, innocent child, is that just none of your business? From a moral standpoint, isn't it justified to defend the innocent life, even if it's happening on the man's own private property? Of course, the right thing to do is to defend the innocent life that is not capable of defending itself against such an attack. Abortions are no different. When you're going to make a conscious decision to end a life, regardless of its location, you better believe I'm going to step in and protect the sanctity of life. So I'm not into politics or politicians for that matter, but kudos to this BC MLA who said that motherhood begins at conception, because it most certainly does. And guys, if you'd like to hear a more in-depth analysis of my views on abortion, please check out my video titled, "These 10 Things I Hold to Be True Allow Me to Explain." I'll put a link to that in the description below. And that's all for today, my friends. I want to thank you once again for tuning in. Please be sure to click that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon, God willing. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.